Anyways, the struggle is just so real. I don't know. It's like, just, there's so many linear lines. Like, you can imagine, like, a light that just going in so many different directions. There's just so many parallels to the situation and my past, and I'm trying to connect all the dots and, you know, make everything flow together and find the positive purpose and reasoning with everything. And it's just so difficult sometimes, because it's like the invasion of negative mindsets when you're a positive. It's like, you know, it just goes to show, it's just like, if there's a weak mind in a circle, if you have like a circle of 10 people and they're all positive and they're all for the greater good, and then you have that one negative mind, can hinder all of them. And that hindrance can, you know, make or break the whole entire thing. And that's so unfortunate. So it's really important to choose your circle wisely. And it's sad when you have to disconnect yourself from family, especially when you want your family to, like, you know, get it together, or your spouse to get it together, or, you know, your child to get it together, or you want the school to get it together, or you want, you know, your fucking works environment, or your bosses, or fuck the goddamn government. But you have to just learn to, like, cut out what you can cut out. And so, you know, like being in the vehicle, for instance, like, it's better not being around any toxic negative energy. But then when all of a sudden my mind is like unrecognizable to myself, then I'm just like, okay, well, how is this helpful? I already did all my mind work and my mind conditioning, and I've never ever had a brain like this. So what the fuck is this? Who are these phone calls? Whose mindset is this? Like, who's telepathically sending me these thoughts? Because these thoughts are not mine. These are somebody else's thoughts. These are messages from the other side. Is this from an ancestor? Like, holy cannoli. You know, because your mind is your greatest asset, and it's very important to have a positive mindset. I just get so pissed just right now, just because it's just like parents who aren't feeding their children right, and fucking not even feeding themselves right, and then just like, ugh, world problems. That's why I believe in the school system should really be super, super healthy. The teachers should be super, super healthy. All this information should be taught to, you know, all the teachers and to kids from kindergarten on up about, you know, health care and taking care of themselves, and how food affects you, and how, you know, it's important to stretch, and how, you know, the joints work, and why you want to keep your joints you want your joints to have full range of motion, and yada yada yada. And people don't take it seriously, and people just think, oh well, I can just stretch. This is how you, like, there's actually a way to stretch, like there's actually directions with stretching. And I want to do all this on my platform, but I don't even know. It's like I'm trying to create a schedule, and every time I try to create a schedule, it's like there's like 5 things. It's like imagine trying to cross the street, and then all of a sudden every time you try to cross the street, there's like 5 vehicles in the way, and you have to like wait until there's like free space to cross the street, or it's just life right now. So that's just fucking difficult. And I'm usually not one to complain, but like lately it's just like, God, man. Ay, ay, ay. No evil shall form against me and prosper. So, I don't know, I'm like, okay, there's obviously a purpose for all of this. Maybe I don't know what it is quite yet, but anyways, I just needed to get all that off my chest today and vent about that. I'm just fucking... And as a reminder to everybody else to be grateful for what they fucking have, for reals. Be grateful for what you have. And if you can make a healthy meal tonight, fucking make one. Like, I miss baking, I miss cooking. Like, I missed all that stuff anyways, because it wasn't like I had a ton of money anyways. I was, like, literally so passionate about what I was doing. And it just sucks that, like, there was just, like, nobody cared or supported me, which is fine. I was fine with that. I'm like, I'm not whining like, oh, you guys didn't support me. Like, that's not my point is that that's okay if you don't want to support me, but don't try to stop me and fucking bring me down because you're not doing shit with your life and you want me to make you feel better about yourself and you giving up on your life so you don't want me to pursue what I want. Like, that's fucked up. Like, if you, you know what I mean? Like, that's fine. Nobody has to support me. Fine. No followers, fine. And there's all these fucking posts online like, don't do it for likes. I've never done it for the likes. Oh, losing is winning. No, it's not. Losing is not winning. That's stupid. If you lose, you lose. Like, but do you really lose? Losing is a mindset. It's just, that's dumb. Like, I hate all that stuff. Like, it's just, all that stuff is stupid. Like, if you should have won, but you lost, then, you know, there was obviously some sort of corruption somewhere along the way, and hopefully that mishap will clear the way for the corruption to decease. Like, that's, I mean, it's just, there's just so many, like, things on Instagram out there that are just, it's just like, it's inaccurate, or it's things that people just say to make themselves feel better, which that's fine if you need to say things to make yourself feel better, to get yourself in a better spot. But like, at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, and the truth is what matters most. And like, I don't know. I just hate I don't want to even judge people. Like, I don't even like to judge people if they're fat, because then I'm like, well, maybe they didn't choose to be fat. Maybe their parents were fat, and maybe their parents just fed them all this bad food, and now they just think it's normal, and they're so comfortable with it they don't even realize that they're unhealthy, or, you know, whatever. So I never try to like judge in that way. I just know, like, for me personally, no matter what situation I've been in, if it's been something that I'm not happy with, like, I immediately am like always trying to like fight towards like becoming happy, you know. Like, I don't just sit around and complain about it. Like, I actually like take actions, you know. Like, okay, well, I was generating income from TikTok and from Meta and from this and that, and so then all of a sudden they're like all these false things against my accounts and all this whatever. So I'm like taking action, I'm messaging the places, I'm doing that. But then, you know, but there's only so much you can do when you have like 20 fires in your life, you know? So you got to give yourself grace and be like, okay, well, I'm trying to take action here and take action here and take action here. I don't have like a whole team to help me. I don't even have like a husband to help me. And it's obviously not my child's responsibility to like do a lot of these things. But, you know, it's just like, but you know, you want your kids to be part of your team as a family. Like, your kids should do the laundry and help do dishes and help prepare dinner and help cook and, you know, help do sort of things like those things. They should be able to help clean and stuff, because you want to raise your kids to be prepared for the real world when they're on their own. You can't be raising kids who are so codependent. You know, I'm looking forward to my son being able to drive, and if I had plates on my car, I would be having him drive my car and have his permit all the time, but it's not the situation right now, so that's also got me a little bit bummed out. So I'm trying to be proactive about creating work, finding work, and, you know, there's just been so many walls. It's like it's just like every time I get a little bit of ahead, and I just feel like I'm whining and complaining right now, and I'm not trying to. I'm just having to take a moment to, you know, just be present with what's really going on. Because if you can't be so oblivious to where you're like ignoring things. But I need to acknowledge the fact that, yeah, every single time I like take 5 steps forward, somebody like backhands me and fucking knocks me back a bunch of spaces, if not double as many spaces. And I'm like, okay, so why is that? Like, what is that? What am I supposed to be learning? Or what is this? Is there something else I'm not tending to? And honestly, I've been taking all of the focus off of me and just trying to get my son through school and just still be like, have a healthy environment for him, being that I'm living in the vehicle, trying to make it still a very healthy, acceptable environment. I mean, granted, he's, you know, almost a freaking adult, but I tend to like take a lot of the focus off of me. I haven't been focusing on me, because sometimes when I do, it's just very upsetting because I haven't been able to focus on me, and I've always prioritized my child and my work first. And now it's just like everything's just, it's like a tornado has just fucking, like I said, Hurricane Katrina in my life over and over and over again. And I'm just trying to make as much sense and learn as much as I can and stay as positive and stable and structured and flexible as possible.